All right, it's the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under commanding Junior YAHANNA. You understand it is Friday, the Lashawan Qadash class, where we get into our language. You understand? Lashawan Qadash. Holy tongue. All right. So, we break it down line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. You understand? So, we're going to get into how we start off every class. Let's see the volume down a little bit on the mic. Hold on 1 second. Check, check. Down just a little bit. This game right here. Check, 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 check. Check, check. There we go. All right. All right, so we're going to start off like we start off every class with the alphabet. If you will repeat after me. Ah. Ah. Ba. Ba. Ga. Ga. Da. Da. Ha. Ha. Wa. Wa. Za. Za. Cha. Cha. Ta. Ta. Ya. Ya. Ka. Ka. La. La. Ma. Ma. Na. Na. Sa. Sa. I. Pa. Pa. Tza. Tza. Qua. Qua. Bruh. Bruh. Sha. Sha. And the. The. All right. Okay. We're going to zoom. We're going to zoom back to the board. Zoom them out a little bit. All right. So we're going to pick up where we left off. We had some homework. You were supposed to write these three in Paleo and Assyrian. For time's sake, I'm only going to do one. All right. So we at the end of last class, so what we're gonna also do this class, practical usage, right? So we incorporated present tense in a practical usage in an informal greeting, right? So um, so when you're doing present tense, you add a "was" between the first and the second letter of a word. All right. So in this case, the word was "korah," right, which means to like look up, right? Korah is up, right? So the sentence was "ma korah," all right, which is what's up. So we did different connotations of saying what's up. All right. So in this case, the example I'm about to raise was my ra dam dam shalaya. What's up, blood of my blood? All right. So for homework, you had to write all three of these in Paleo and Assyrian. All right, and conjugate them. All right. So for time's sake, I'm only going to do one. All right. So I'm gonna erase this top part right here, so I can have some room to write with. All right. So I will do I'll do number 2. Yeah, that's right. All right. Okay. So I did number 2. Ma Quawara Mashpaka. All right. So I'll write it below it. Ma Quawara Mashpaka. All right. Which literally translates to what's up, family or fam. All right. So this was number 2 in the homework. The top is Assyrian. The bottom part is Paleo. All right. The enunciation Ma Quora Mashpaka literally translates to what's up family or what's up fam. All right. So that was the homework. That's one of them. All right, but we're gonna move on. All right. So last week on the informal greeting side, we went over present tense. All right. So this class, we're going to formally go over present tense and give you a couple other examples using present tense. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me get to the page. Shalakia. Did I pass it up? Here we go. All right. So we were dealing with present tense. All right. So the rule is you add a wa between the first and second letter. All right. So that is the rule in dealing with present tense. All right. So we're going to go over a couple of examples, and then we're going to do some more informal conversation. All right. All right. So the word that we're going to be conjugating, all right, is where we're going to be conjugating is shamar. All right. Shamar literally translates to watch. All right. So this is the word that we're going to be conjugating. All right, today. All right. So we're going to do in different versions of it. All right. So the first one we're going to do is I. All right. So all right. So we're dealing with the first rule of present tense. All right. So we're going to be conjugating. All right. The first tense. So we have anya. All right. So anya literally translates to I. Okay. All right. So we're dealing with first person. We're talking about I or me. Okay. All right. The next word that we have is the conjugation dealing with shamar. All right. So when you're dealing with I, it literally translates to what we have here. We put the wa between the first and second letter. All right. So we have sha wa mar. All right. All right. So we have anya shawamar. All right, which means I watch. Okay. All right. So this is dealing with first person. All right. So next, shalom, shalom, I.S.U.P.K. All right. So the next one we're going to be dealing with. All right. So when it's a female, all right, when it's feminine, all right, you're just gonna add a ha at the end of it, which denotes feminization. All right. So the word would be all right. So the word would be shawamara. All right. When it's dealing with the feminine connotation. All right. So a man would say Anya Shawamar, I watch. All right. And a woman would say Anya Shawamara, right? Which is the feminine sense, what is the feminine tense of the word Shamar Shawamar, right? Okay. So a man would say Anya Shawamar, a woman would say Anya Shawamara. All right, both mean the same thing. I watch. All right. I'm gonna go on to the next one. I'll just draw a line right here. While you copying that down, I'll move on to the next one. All right. All right. So the next one we have Atha Shawamar. All right. Which literally translates to what is Atha in Hebrew? You. We know that because we say Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barak Atha. Right? All right, which Barak Atha means bless you. All right. Okay. All right. So Atha is you. All right. And based off of our rule in the present tense, we add the word between the first and the second letter. All right. So it's going to be Atha Shawamar. All right. Which means you watch. Okay. All right. All right. And it's the same thing. Same rule applies over here. All right. So we're dealing with the feminine sense. All right. You're just going to add a huh at the end of it. All right. All right. So a man would say, Atha Shawamar, you watch, right? If he's talking to a brother, right? And if you're talking to a sister, you would say Atha Shawamara, all right? Which is the same thing you watch, but that's if you're talking to a sister, okay? So same connotation is the same, all right? So Anya Shawamar, talking to a man, Anya Shawamara, Anya Shawamar, if a man is talking, Anya Shawamara, if a sister's talking, all right? And then Atha Shawamar, if you're talking to a brother, and then Atha Shawamara, if you're talking to a sister, all right? The difference between these two, I is first person, you is second person. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking to you. It's me and you. I'm talking to you. It's two people talking. All right. Second person. All right. So while you're copying this down, I'm gonna erase this first one and we're gonna go on to the next one. Okay. It's all good. All right. Next we have Hawa Shawamar. All right. So what does Hawa mean? All right. Hawa means ooh. All right. So Hawa means he. All right. So same sense and rule. All right. So still dealing with well, it depends. This could be first person. I mean, this could be second person or third person, depending on how the conversation is going. All right. So, like, if me and you are having a question, right? Okay, and like having a conversation, you ask me a question, and you ask who's watching, and I say how will I Shawamar, and I say he's watching, right? Me and you are having a conversation about someone else, right? So in that case, it's third person, right? Or if I'm pointing out, you know what I'm saying, like we at camp, and I say, Hawa Shawamar, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pointing out that someone is watching us, right? In that case, it's second person. All right, so it can go both ways. All right, but in this case, the rules still going to apply. All right, so you got Shawamar. All right, which is watch. Okay, so you got Hawa Shawamar. All right, so in this case, there is no feminine sense because the whole thing is masculine because we're talking about a man, all right? A man that's doing something, a man that's watching, okay? All right. So I'm going to move on this side. I'm going to leave that up here. I'm going to erase this right here as we move forward. All right. I'm going to leave this up here for you to continue to copy down, okay? All right. Salaki. So next we have Haya'ah Shawamara. All right. So we know off top from the previous indicator shows, right? When we see Shawamara, that automatically is feminine, right? So with context clues, if Shawamara is the feminine version of watch, right? And Hawa means he. What does Haya mean? She. That is correct. All right. So we have she watch. All right. Or she watches. All right. Okay. So remember, whenever the huh is introduced at the end of the word, all right, when you're dealing with present tense, it's a connotation of feminization, right? Okay. All right. So we have Hawa Shawamara, which is he watch, Haya Shawamara, which is she watch. Okay. All right. I'm going to erase this side. I'm going to leave this up so you guys can continue copying down while I'm writing the next one. Okay. All right. So the next sentence we have a Naknawa Shawamaria. All right. What does a Naknawa mean? That is correct. That is correct. Give sis a hand. All right. So a Naknawa, all right, is we. All right. So in this conjugation, right, we is plural. All right. It's more than one person included in the conversation. All right. So we have we. All right. So the rule still applies. All right. So we still add a what between the first and the second letter, but because it's plural, we add yum at the end. Yum lets you know that there's a pluralization of the word. All right. Okay. So, all right. So, anak nawa shawamarium, all right, is we watch. And that's for both masculine and feminine. Okay. All right. So, anak nawa shawamarium is we watch. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave that up so you can copy that down. I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to erase this over here on this side of the board. All right. So next we have a thumb shawamarium. All right. What does a thumb mean? Hmm? Mm-mm. You? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They. Mm-mm. All right. So if I say Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah, right. Okay. All right. So when you see a thumb, it is you all, or in the South, as we say, y'all. All right. Okay. Oh, I definitely put that apostrophe in the wrong place. All right. So a thumb is you all or y'all when you're referring to a group of men, right? So in the regular greeting, we say, and for the brothers, it's Shalom Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabaraka Thumb. If I'm talking to a group of brothers, all right? So this is the masculine sense, right? And of course, Shawamarium is watch in the pluralization form. All right. Now, when you're dealing with the sisters, all right, okay, right. When you're dealing with the sisters, it's a thun, right? So it'll be a thun shawamarium. All right. Just like in the greeting, we say Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Shimi Hawashai. If you're talking to a group of sisters, right? So if a teacher starts the class or end the class, he'll say, Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Shimi Hawashai, right? Because he's talking to the group of sisters that's in the class or that's watching the class. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Salakia. This changes as well. Hold on. All right. So when it's in a feminine sense, when it's a thon, instead of yum, it's wat, right? So it's a thon shawamar wa, right? A thon shawamar wa, right? What is an example of this? An example of this is king versus kingdom, right? King is Malak, kingdom is Malak Wa, right? Because kingdom A is a pluralization, right? But it's a feminine pluralization, right? Why is kingdom a feminine pluralization of Malak? Because a king rules over a kingdom, right? The king would be the masculine, and those that he's ruling over, that he dominates, are subservient. They are in the feminine. All right. Okay. So uh, for a man, when you're saying y'all, right? Watch, all right. It's a thumb shawamarium. When you're talking to a group of sisters and you're saying y'all watch, it's a thun shawamar wath. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna leave this up here, and I'm gonna erase what's over here. We're gonna move on to the next one. All right, so next we have Shawamariam. All right, what does mean? That is correct. All right, so is they. In the masculine sense. All right, of course, Shawamariam is watch. All right. So Shawamariam is they watch. They're talking about a group of men, talking about them over there. They are watching, talking about a group of men. All right. All right. Next we have Han Shawamar Wa. Right. If is the masculine, what is Han? They, female. There you go. They in the feminine tense. All right. All right. So you have Shawamariam, and you have Han Shawamarwa. Right. Okay. So Wa as a pluralization and the feminine connotation is Wa. All right. For the feminine. All right. So this is going over the conjugation uh, of the present tense, dealing with words and formulating sentences in first, second, and third person. All right. Okay. Let's see. What time is it? Dang. All right. So ran out of time. Couldn't do no informal greetings. All right. But we're gonna do this. All right. Um, all right. Homework. All right. Using So using halak and mayum. All right. So verb, noun. All right. All right. So for homework, all right, using the rules of present tense, you're going to form a sentence, all right, with the verb halak and the word and the noun mayum. I'm not going to tell you what these words mean. You'll look them up yourself. All right. Now, now understand present tense. That's going to be giving it away. No. So you're going to have to figure out where the conjugation goes, and you're going to have to form a sentence, right? With anya, atha, hawa'a, haya'a, a thumb, a thun, hum, and hun, with the conjugation of, oh, I'm missing one, aren't I? Yeah, I'm missing 9, a knock and a while. All right. So you're going to make a sentence, a complete sentence with the verb and the noun, present tense conjugation using each of these. All right. You're going to write it in Paleo and Assyrian. All right. So, yeah. So it's going to give you good practice. If you do this correctly, you will be formulating a full sentence. All right. So again, the homework. All right. Using the present tense. All right. With the you have a verb and a noun. You're going to have to figure out the conjugation for the present tense, and you're going to have to form sentences using all 9 of these: anya, atha, hawa'a, haya'a, a thumb, a thun, hum, hun, and a knock and a wa. All right. All right. So that is the homework. All right. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah Barakathum to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, and the Thumb Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. And with that, we go.